What's up guys, I hope you're all safe and protecting yourself from the virus and staying strong. So much has happened in the MMA world in these last couple of weeks, and massive props to the UFC and to Dana White for somehow putting together this UFC 249 card despite all the odds and pushing through to get us fans some entertainment. It is an absolutely incredible and stacked card, and although we haven't got the most anticipated UFC fight in the history of the sport, we do have another amazing fight lined up. In case you've been living under a rock, UFC has confirmed that Tony Ferguson will now take on Justin Gaethje, as Khabib is now officially off the card, which is a shame, but you can't really do anything about this. Only a Khabib versus Tony fight can lead to a global pandemic. I mean, the universe and the MMA gods really don't want these two to fight one another. Now, as much as I am disappointed, I can't be mad at Gaethje versus Tony because this truly is an amazing fight, and in some respect, I think it will be more entertaining than Khabib versus Tony, because now you have two fighters who put on an incredible show for the fans with their high pace, high action fighting styles. I mean, you can't really find a boring Tony or Gaethje fight. These two fighters are extremely entertaining to watch. But I would be lying if I said this is the fight I wanted to see at UFC 249. Tony has proved himself to be the #1 contender time and time again, and I was genuinely upset when I first heard the news that he had accepted the fight with Gaethje. I was mad because this is a massive risk for Tony, as he's putting a lot on the line just to fight for another interim belt, which means absolutely nothing in my eyes, as he was wrongfully stripped of his first interim belt. Tony is literally going to be the type of guy to defend his interim belt. God, I love the Tony Ferguson comments, so please drop your best lines in the comment section below. But the reason why I think this is a risky fight for Tony is because Gaethje is an animal and he comes to fight. He's durable and he's vicious, especially with his leg kicks, and he's definitely going to test Tony's legs with those kicks. Unless you forgot, Tony had a devastating leg injury that occurred back at UFC 223, and he had to undergo an operation on his leg. Now, he obviously has fought twice since then with Pettis and then Cowboy, but Gaethje will really test the strength of that leg. Basically, my point is that I don't want Ferguson to take any unnecessary damage, and against Gaethje, I don't think Tony will get out of this fight unscathed. Do I think Tony wins this bout? Yes. I feel Tony's stamina, his power and his pace will eventually break Gaethje, but I wouldn't be surprised if Gaethje catches Tony as well, as we know Tony keeps his chin up high in the air and doesn't have the most technical stand-up, and Gaethje can exploit those openings in Tony's game and potentially put him away because he carries so much power. I really wanted Tony to be in the best form possible to take on Khabib because Tony isn't getting any younger, and if you see the competition Tony is going up against, I mean, they're all killers, and all that damage takes a toll on your body. If Tony was to lose against Gaethje, Tony versus Khabib may end up only being a dream for us MMA fans, as we may never have the opportunity to see those two fight. With the likes of a McGregor rematch, a Gaethje fight if he was to win, and then a potential matchup against GSP, I just don't see Khabib being around long enough to ever take on Tony again, if Tony was to lose this fight. As you can tell, it's a lot of risk for Tony, but this is why he's so popular, because it's that genuine desire to fight anyone, anywhere. Tony Ferguson is a martial artist to the highest of levels and only wants to test his skill set against the best, and for that we can only appreciate Tony and give him respect for taking on such a dangerous opponent on such a short notice and putting on so much on the line. Thank you Gaethje for also accepting this fight, and we know these two will put on an amazing show for us fans. The UFC really couldn't have picked a better replacement fight in my opinion, and though you can never match the build-up and the hype behind a Khabib and Tony fight, this does come close. But please feel free to share what you guys think of this fight and the fact that Tony versus Khabib is cancelled for the 5th time now. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you all keep safe. Thanks for watching.